All right, hey guys, what is up? It is Bibzuda back here once again on the Outlast trials. In this video, I'm going to be going over a few ways that you can potentially deal with the brand new Jaeger enemy that is coming to Outlast trials with the Season 3 Project Relapse update, which is going to be on Tuesday, April 22nd at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, the Jaeger is going to be a very menacing, very powerful enemy. And it's not going to be very easy to counter her. There's pretty much no direct counter to the Jaeger because her specific quirk, aside from the fact that she will hunt you down and knows where you are, is that she is completely immune to the standard things you would use to slow down an enemy. Stun rig will do nothing to her. The blind mine will blow up, but it will not affect her at all. Heal will not be able to slow her down. The jammer can't even target her. So the Jaeger is very, very threatening because of that. Even though she is a bit slower than other enemies, it's definitely not going to be very easy to avoid her because of that. And you cannot hide in a hiding spot. If you jump in a hiding spot, no matter how far away she was or how visible you were to her, she will come there and just pull you out and start beating you to death. So there's only a few specific things that I've thought of and that we've learned from what the developers have told us that will potentially work against her. But in all honesty, just straight up front here, you are mainly going to want to be running away. That's going to be your main approach. So luring her, kind of one thing that'll be good for us to test, and I'm going to do probably a follow-up to this video after the update, where I can actually test things and see how well they work. This is kind of just a theory crafting video, but I'm going to see how far away can you get before she goes through an insertion gate and peers closer to you. That's an important point because you're probably going to want to use that as your main approach to dealing with her, especially in solo. I mean, if you're in a group, you can technically, if she's after you, sort of just lead her around a loop of some sort that's away from the objectives that people are working on and let them do that. But if you're in solo, you're going to have to deal with her somehow. And so probably the best approach will be not running onto psychosis mines, but in general, staying as far away as you can without her actually going through a gate and coming back next to you, because that's what she will do. If she goes through a gate, if you get too far from her, she will go through one of the gates and then come out another one that's nearer to you. So yeah, before I get into the exact tips, I just want to say welcome to all the new folks who have subscribed to the channel. We are already at almost 1,500, might even be there by the time this video's out. That is only 10 days after we had our 1,000 subscriber celebration live stream. So yeah, I really appreciate all the support, especially on that Season 3 full details video. Glad you guys enjoyed that, and I'm happy I was able to provide that information. But yeah, I will pause really quick while I go and fix my sanity, and then we will get into the tips for how to deal with the Jaeger. All right, went and picked up an antidote, and we are good to go here. So I'm sure you can tell by my current loadout and what I've got with me what the first method will be. And it's not a joke, although it might sound like one. I know a lot of people maybe haven't even used this, but the Barricade rig will actually not be a horrible option against the Jaeger. I know she's immune to rigs, but the one rig that actually can do something is the Barricade rig. And I'm going to set it up right here on this door. And this is actually working out perfectly. So the Jaeger will have the same amount of time to break down the barricade as a big grunt, which is 3 hits. So right there you saw how long it took the big grunt to break that door down. And I'm going to get psychosis. Okay, I managed to avoid it somehow. But yeah, it'll take the Jaeger that long to break down the door. And that's not very long, obviously 3 hits, but it's not like she can instantly walk through the door as if the barricade weren't there, which is what you might expect given her rig immunity, general gimmick. So that is important to know, and especially if you have rig rechargers, you can easily put down the barricade rig and then use a rig recharger, come back around, barricade this is kind of fried. Barricade the same door again, and and then you'll be given a little bit more time. It's nice just to have that as an option, to be able to give you just that slight bit more time to do something in a certain room, maybe, especially if you're having a hard time luring her away, or if you just want to save some time not having to wait for her to come towards you and get something done quickly. So that's one of the only rigs that works against her. The other rig that does work against her technically is the X-ray rig. You will be able to see her on the X-ray rig. So if you're in a team, I normally wouldn't use X-ray in solo. I wouldn't probably use Barricade in solo either normally, but maybe during the Jaeger event when she's constantly out, it'll be worth trying. And you might have seen it was only about 100-second cooldown or so. I am on Psychosurgery, so that is with the extended rig cooldown. We could demonstrate that time once more. So maybe it'll be beneficial you get a decent amount away from her and then set up the rig, and then it'll give you a little bit of a buffer time to finish what you're doing or to run away before she gets to you, like if you're in an objective room. So say I wanted to do some sort of objective that's right there where that barricade was set up. I could run away from the Jaeger, who's maybe, we're pretending she's the giant that's behind me, close up the door, barricade it up, right, and then start doing my objective that's in here. And she's going to be a little bit faster than that giant, probably, even though she's pretty slow, because he's not coming straight for me, obviously. But I'm doing my objective, and then she starts breaking down the door. I can decide maybe if I want to run or not. But if I didn't barricade the door, she would just walk through it and started beating my ass, right? So that's one way that you definitely can use. It's a nice additional kind of buff to the barricade rig. It gives it a unique use in terms of what it, because it actually functions against the Jaeger. There's maybe a reason to bring it. Let's give you guys one more demonstration of the time this will take. 1, 2. So it's a decent amount of time. You can't deny. It's not very short. It's not like it's a super long amount of time, but also, you can use the barricade rig for other things. If you're maybe in a team and you're not the person she's targeting, you can use it just to block off a smaller X-pop or a prime asset even, and they will. I think the big rig or the big grunts break them down the fastest. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that is one way. The other way that you can potentially deal with her, and I'm not sure how reliable this will be or how much you want to use this, but you can jump in a hiding spot, and as long as you take the evasive maneuver amp, and this guy's clueless, so I gotta give him time to come back, or I guess I'll run it in. He's checking. So yeah, let's just jump in a hiding spot here. He's obviously gonna pull me out, but I do have the evasive maneuver amp equipped, so you'll see here, since he's grabbing me, I immediately get let go and I can run away. I took no damage right there, did not get any, didn't lose any health, and I can run away. So if you're cornered against the Jaeger, or you want to kind of reverse the direction you're going against her, you can use that. That will work. It does have a cooldown. Wiki claims that it's 100 seconds, so you need to be aware of that. But for a one-off quick escape, say I got cornered in a dead end for some reason, pretend this window is blocked, the Jaeger's coming, I don't feel confident baiting or dodging an attack, I just jump in this barrel, and because obviously you don't even need to peek because she knows where you are, she's going to come and grab you out regardless. Evasive maneuver could be very useful for that, and I think it might almost certainly be worth using if you somehow get unlucky enough to have Jaeger with Toxic Shock. The evasive maneuver amp could be very useful in that situation because, yeah, she's going to be pulling you out of hiding spots while Toxic Shock's going on, I would assume. So those are the two main things that you have in your arsenal that are actually somewhat effective against the Jaeger. Bricks, bottles, stun, blind, jammer, heal. None of that's going to do anything. So you have these few options. Additionally, if you are someone who's a bit more experienced with the game, or you're a bit confident in yourself, you think you're something of a hot shot. I would love to get rid of this screamer, by the way, but I guess I'll just try and go over here. He'll probably get set off. Yeah. Here we go. You can try and bait out her attacks by running at her and then stopping like that. I don't actually know if the Jaeger will share these animations, and you'll be able to do it in the same exact way. Maybe she does a long swing up every time, but if she is able to be baited, that could be a good way to just stall her in place for a bit. Or what I will often do with this is, let me try and the faster Psychosurgery makes it hard, but you know, you bait an attack and then you run past like that. That's another way you can quickly get past someone who is in your way and you don't have any other way around. That can be a good way to do it. So that's if you're confident, you know, you think you know your timings and stuff. But just know if they get to a certain distance, or even if you get a little bit unlucky, they might start winding up a big attack, and then you like if they start winding up at all, you got to run away. That will hit you, and you might not even be able to run away properly. But you can't get them to like cancel their animation or anything. They will definitely hit you. And this, of course, will be more effective against the Jaeger, I would say, as long as it does work. Again, this is something we're going to have to test on release. As long as that still works against her, since she's quite a bit slower than that giant would have been, you'll be able to get further away off of a simple swing like that. So that's definitely another good option, again, as long as it is a functional option, because maybe she doesn't even swing at you in the same ways, but we will see. There's also a chance that your evasive maneuver will activate even if you don't get into a hiding spot, by the way. But if you get like wound up and swung on, that's just going to be a punch. You get smacked and you take damage, and you know that the evasive maneuver is not going to do anything for you there. But if you somehow get stuck in some weird situation that you're not even in a hiding spot and they pick you up and grab you, evasive maneuver will go off in that case. But getting in a hiding spot guarantees it. So you'll get actually picked up out of the hiding spot, as always, and they'll hold you up, and then you'll be like, see you later, fool. So that's a pretty good option, in my opinion. And yeah, the only sad thing is you have to give up your smash amp for it. But yeah, I think it might be worth the trade-off depending on how things work. I think the key for the Jaeger at the end of the day is going to be how big of a range can you get before she will leave and come back closer to you. That is the key that I'll definitely be testing that when it's fully released. But you know, barring that, these are probably my most recommended ways to avoid her. And again, if you want to take the X-ray rig, you can use that and see where she is. Although I think she'll probably be pretty easy to hear, given she's rather slow, and you know, she's big, so she'll probably make loud footsteps like the giants do. And yeah, in psychosurgery, of course, she is going to be benefiting from the increased speed of all the X-Pops. They all have increased speed on psychosurgery now, and it's really noticeable. I'm still not used to it. Those guys are fast. The Jaeger, is not going to be as fast as them. Still, she will just get a speed increase from what she has now. So we'll again have to see how big of a difference that makes, if it makes any of these strategies more or less useful. But yeah, I thought I'd make a video going into a little bit more detail on how the Jaeger works. I hope this cleared some things up for you guys. If you have any other questions about how the Jaeger works, leave them in the comments. I will try my best to answer anything that I do know, and anything I don't know, well, we can probably just test it out on Tuesday when the update releases. I'm going to have at least one more video before the update, although I may have a few. But the main one that I definitely want to make is what to spend your Relapse tokens on. So I will be making that video probably Sunday or Monday. However, tonight, on Saturday night, if you're watching this when it comes out, I will be doing another live stream where I'll be playing some more trials with the viewers, and again, taking any questions you guys might have about the Season 3 update or anything that you want to talk about. So be sure to tune into that. It'll probably be around 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern, like I did before. And yeah, it should be a good time. I will be probably streaming more after the update, because we'll have the ability to do random custom trials or escalation or all kinds of craziness, and it'll be a lot more dynamic. Obviously, right now we can only do Genesis or the event, but I mean, we could do escalation, but wouldn't be able to swap people out at that point. So once we can save and quit in escalation, I mean, it's gonna be super duper fun to be playing with you guys on stream. And I've been standing in the same place for too long, so that's gonna get me spotted. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope these tips can help you guys out. Do let me know if you have any ideas or thoughts for what you want to do against the Jaeger in the comments. I don't think there's a whole lot else that will be possible, given how she's immune to most other things, and no other amps really have the sort of interaction with enemies that the evasive maneuver ramp does. Obviously, you can run like last chance or self revive, and those will help you out if you get killed or hit a lot. But otherwise, you're going to be pretty much left with running around other than these few options. So yeah, again, I'll make a follow-up video when the update comes out to see how good things actually end up being. And yeah, hope this helped you guys out. See you for the stream tonight. I want to say thanks to all my channel members whose names will be popping up on the screen right now, especially those in the Reborn Reagent tier. So big shout out to Mr. Crip. If you'd like to support the channel, click the join button below the video. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe as well for more content. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.